Listen, Michelle, your wedding reception is off. What? This is so sudden. Chris and I are already married, remember? I just came to introduce you to my mum earlier today. Yes, but you're from a single-parent household. But you knew that already. Yes, I did. I was against it from the start. I couldn't let my son marry someone from such a background, but he insisted and my husband liked you, so I reluctantly agreed. So, why now? Seeing you and your mother today made it clear. You both look so poor. I can't have my family associated with you guys. Judging us by appearance? We worked hard our whole lives. It's unfair to judge us just by how we look. Whatever you say won't change my mind. It doesn't matter how hard you work. It's about my family's honor. I can't accept this. But letting someone low class like you into my family would be a disaster. Low class? You're poor and uneducated. No way I can accept that. My family owns Carrington Enterprises. We're one of the top companies in the world. We can't have someone like you as a daughter-in-law. I see. Your mother looked just as poor. I can't see her as the same kind of human as me. She's more like an alien from Mars. Calling my mum an alien? She barely spoke during a meeting. Maybe she couldn't understand her language. I should have got a Martin translator for her. Such a terrible thing to say. It's one thing to insult me, but my mum, she's an amazing woman who raised me on her own. What's so amazing about that? Just a poor woman raising another poor person. So I don't want anything to do with low-class people like you. Please, just disappear. Are you saying we're low-class because we lack money and degrees? Of course, it's common sense, isn't it? Don't ask such obvious questions. I can't accept this. Background and education shouldn't matter in marriage. Thinking it doesn't matter in the problem. What if you tarnish Carrington Enterprises' reputation? We have over 10,000 employees. Their livelihoods depends on the company. Are you saying a marriage would put all those employees at risk? Yes, the company's image is crucial. Bringing in someone who might cause trouble is a major risk. But you don't directly work for the company, right? Your husband is the CEO, but you're not involved. So what? I still care about protecting it. It's where Richard and Chris work. Are you willing to sacrifice yourself for the company? Where is this coming from? If not, you're not fit to be a family. I've always dedicated myself to the business needs. That's admirable, but Richard approves of a marriage and Chris wants to stay married to me. If they're okay with it, why are you against it? I told you, I was against it from the start. Meeting you today confirmed you're not fit for my family. I still don't understand why you have to stir things up when everyone else doesn't have any problems. Are you saying I'm an outsider, not a part of this family? My last name is Carrington and I'm always supported my husband. You're treating me like an outsider because I'm not an employee. No, that's not what I meant. I know you contributed a lot to the company, but you've got some nerve treating your mother-in-law as an outsider. Fine. Where are you now? Come back here. What? Let's talk this over again. Okay, understood. Serves you right. Your suit is ruined, isn't it? Not that it matters, it's probably a cheap one anyway. This is outrageous, throwing an egg at me as soon as I walk in the door. I would never let Chris marry into a poor family. If you don't want another egg, get out now. This suit was a gift from my mum. So what? Turn the crap into a rag. Just so you know, you brought this on yourself. You treated me like an outsider. Too bad the egg didn't hit your face. I aimed for it. You're way out of line. Did you call me back just to do this and then tell me to leave? I was angry, so I had to do something. You talked back to someone superior. You should have accepted this to happen. You started this whole thing. I'm allowed to because I'm way above you. Now, I have no more time for you. Shoo, go away. and never come near Chris again. But we're already married. Then get a divorce right now. Jeez. That felt good. Now that the poor person is gone, I'll find a more suitable wife for my son. How dare you treat my daughter so horribly? What? Your daughter? Is this? It's Denise. We met earlier. I'm Michelle's mother. Oh, hello again. Why are you messaging me? I mean, how did you get my number? I got it from Michelle. I have something important to tell you. What is it? I'm going to ruin Carrington Enterprises. What? Ruin my husband's company? A poor single mother like you couldn't possibly do that. Do you have any idea how big it is? Let me rephrase. I'm not going to ruin the company itself, but you personally. Huh. How? Step by step. First of all, let's start with the most important thing. I have a recording of you throwing an egg at Michelle. What? She had a voice recorder in her pocket. It captured everything you said and did. A voice recorder? Why? I gave it to her in case something happened, and it seems something did. I'm going to expose this recording to the public. You. Throwing eggs is assault, and you're admitted to aiming at her face. When the world finds out the wife of Carrington's CEO did this, the company's stock will be affected, right? I was quiet when we met to record your behavior. Everything you've said and done is recorded. Unbelievable. Why would you do this? I knew your true nature and took precautions. I expected you to do something, so I prepared. You can't get away with this. Yes, it's your actions that are unacceptable. I have recordings of the moment you threw the egg and every single one of your abusive comments. Wait. You shouldn't underestimate poor people. It can come back to bite you like this. Huh. Bite me over something as trivial as this? Do you know how big Carrington Enterprises is? Richard can easily make this whole thing disappear. Isn't he overseas right now? I read he's working on an important international project. In the middle of that, do you think he'll forgive you for causing such trouble? You don't know anything. I know him the best. Oh, really? Then I'll call him. Wait, you're calling him? Yes, so I'll take a leave for now. Hold on, what are you doing? He's kind and won't care about this. What is happening? Richard just called and said he was divorcing me immediately. Oh, impressive. The CEO of a top company makes quick decisions. I don't understand anything. I let him hear the recording of you throwing an egg at Michelle, and of course, all the insults you hurled at her. He also listened to how you insulted and belittled us during a meeting. He wants a divorce just because of that? He has no choice. As a CEO of a world-renowned corporation, he can't have someone like you as a wife. But I was only telling the truth. If you think saying poor people are dumb and low-level is truth, you're gravely mistaken. How? How did you get this private number in the first place? Of course, someone told me. Who? Who told you? Think about it, and it's obvious. No. Chris? Bingo. He never wanted Michelle and me to meet you. He said you were wicked, but you turned out to be worse. A complete bigot. Did he really say that? I don't believe it. He always puts me first. He's a kind boy and always takes my side. He is indeed kind, but he's not on your side. What? He said he trusted his father. When his father had to go on an urgent business trip and couldn't attend the meeting, he anticipated you'd do something terrible. So he prepared the voice recorder to capture your actions. What? He was the one? Of course. Poor folks like me couldn't afford such a fancy device. I suggested it and he proved it. Oh my God, What is this? Does this mean both my husband and my son betrayed me? Chris has given up on you, but Richard trusted you until the end, and you completely shattered that trust. But a median divorce is absurd. I won't accept it. You said the company image is everything. Keeping someone like you around is a huge risk. The image is important, but I'm different. I've always supported him and the company. Chris had some harsh words for you. He said you were always spending the family's money. No, he didn't say that. You don't work, don't do housework, and lays around at home while buying brand name items that don't suit you. Hey, that's rude. Well, it's not me saying this, it's your son. I usually don't interfere in other people's family matters. I think it's best you discuss this with him directly. I want to, but I can't reach him. Please, can you mediate for me? Mediate? Tell both of them I regret what happened and that I sincerely apologize. Let me remind you something. I think there's someone else you should be apologizing to first. Who? The fact that you can ask who so innocently is quite something. I can confidently say you have no sense of remorse. Give me a hint. A hint? I'm totally amazed by this. Maybe you should reflect on your action and ask yourself. About a hint? About who you should be apologized to. I'm so glad I didn't let my precious daughter get hurt by you any further. Oh, I get it. It's a trick question, isn't it? A trick question? Yes. First, I should apologize to Chris. He's the heir to Carrington Enterprises. From the CEO's perspectives, he's the most important. If I show I understand that, I'll be fine. I have to go now. I have nothing more to say. Michelle, please answer the phone. I'm working and can't take calls right now. What do you need? I want to apologize. I'm sorry, Michelle. I was wrong. Now you apologize. I was wondering when you would. Well, I got caught in a double trick question. It was tough to realize I needed to apologize to you first. Did you figure that out on your own? No. Chris told me after I kept pestering him with apologies. I didn't accept that apologizing to you was the correct answer. That was my blind spot. A blind spot? After all the insults and throwing an egg at me, you don't feel any remorse. But I'm apologizing now, aren't I? This is not it. You probably still think you were just stating facts. Well, it's true that many poor and uneducated people are troublemakers. You know, your mother is really an alien. She's so weird. You should watch out for her. She might be unusual, but she's also very dependable. Thanks to her, we managed to expose you. Expose me? What are you talking about? I apologize, so Richard and Chris will forgive me. You're delusional. You have to leave the house before Richard returns. He said that earlier, but I've apologized to you now. Unbelievable. How spoiled are you? I don't even consider this an apology. Why not? I said sorry. Stop trying to play the victim. How exactly is that an apology with that kind of attitude? If you're serious, you'll pay me compensation and cover the treatment costs. Of course, I'll pay whatever you want. From your own money, not your family's. That's what true remorse means. Well, I love to, but I don't have the money. I'm a housewife. It's better for you to get the money quickly from the family, right? You're beyond help. I'll be filing a proper claim for damages, and you need to leave that house. Who do you think you are? Why should I listen to you? Because I'll be living there. What? Chris and I will be moving into that house. We need you to move out soon so we can prepare. Wait, is this for real? Yes, it is. So please move out quickly. Am I really kicked out of the house? I said that multiple times. You should start looking for a new place. But I don't have any money to find a new place. What am I supposed to do? That's not my concern. But I've done so much for the family and the company. You love Carrington Enterprises, right? Then sacrifice yourself for the company. What? Isn't that what you said it takes to be family? But kicking me out is cruel. Can't you talk to Richard for me, convince him not to divorce me? No, I can't. Why not? According to my mum, he's furious. He said he never wants to see your face again. No. After being kicked out, my mother-in-law tried to rely on her relatives. However, a bad reputation had already spread among them and no one would help her. It turns out my mum was the one who spread those rumors. After meeting my mother-in-law, she vowed to get back at her good, and she did just that. In the end, my mother-in-law used the money she received from the divorce settlement to rent a small apartment and start living alone. Her life is far from easy. She's living in extreme poverty. To think she looked down on poor people, and now she's one of them. I wonder how she feels about that. As for me, I'm happily living in Chris's family home with him and his father now that my mother-in-law is gone. My mum gets along well with the in-laws and we sometimes invite her over for dinner. She talks a lot, which can be a bit annoying at times, but I'm delighted to spend time with my family.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.